Hi, good morning, and welcome to Fed Supernova. I am coming to you live from Western Maryland, but normally the DC metro area. By way of introduction, I am Nishita Henry. I serve as Deloitte Consulting's Chief Innovation Officer. And in that role, I am really responsible for sensing, incubating, and scaling net new solutions to meet our clients' mission-critical needs. That also means I'm responsible for connecting our larger ecosystem of startups, VCs, corporations, and tech platform players to create these net new solutions. I also work across the landscape of emergent tech, AI, cloud, cyber, blockchain, IoT, quantum, just to name a few that we're really going to be diving deep into here over the next several days. Additionally, in my background, I have over 20 years of service to the federal government and also served as our Fed technology leader in a prior role. So I am deeply invested in helping our government and our citizens come together to create innovative solutions. And so today, I'm really excited to be launching and kicking off this unique event around defense innovation, where we're going to bring together those players from the ecosystems, entrepreneurs and investors, corporations, government, academia, to have collective conversations on how we move forward. We are going to talk about operational data science. We're going to talk about responses to the pandemic. We're going to go to the cloud, back to the edge, and back to the cloud again. It's going to be a fun-filled 4 days. And at the end, we're also going to give away $100,000 to one lucky startup who's going to win our Human Capital Performance Innovation Challenge. This is also a great day because we are launching our Exploration Lab in collaboration with the Capital Factory. And this Exploration Lab is really a dedicated space on the 5th floor that enables us to collaboratively experiment and innovate as that ecosystem to develop solutions to mission-critical challenges. Now, I know it's not the greatest time to invest in physical spaces, but this environment is certainly making us flex our muscles creatively, agility-wise, and collaboratively to think about how we create new virtual offerings and solutions and come together to work as a team in our new world. So stay tuned and be on the lookout for those as well. Now, the Exploration Lab is actually part of a larger Deloitte Catalyst initiative that we launched over a year ago. And that initiative was started as we started taking a look at the continued acceleration of the pace of change in technology and the knowledge that there are hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions, of innovative startups and solutions that occur all across the landscape. And we really wanted to tap into those on the ground, working hand in hand with those startups and accelerators to test out new solutions, to get under the cover of those solutions, and to expand the reach of the individual technology piece to the last mile of these client challenges. And so we actually opened offices in Silicon Valley, in Tel Aviv, Israel, and right there in Austin, Texas with the Capital Factory, along with another set of global locations to be in market and to be collaborating with these startups and organizations on an everyday basis. Our goal is really to take the isolation out of innovation, right? We've got a lot of our clients, corporations, governments who continue to serve their missions every day, but don't always have the connectivity to that ecosystem and sometimes feel they have to do things alone and in a vacuum. And we're here to say we don't. We're in this together. We really should be coming together as a society, as teams of professionals and talented individuals and solving those challenges together. And that's just what we'll be doing over these next 4 days. Now, as we think about innovation, especially in these challenging times, right, it's really pushing us to think more creatively, and it is forcing the acceleration of change. And as we all know, necessity is the motherhood of invention, and no better time than today to test that out. And so we think about innovation in 3 blocks across this pandemic. One, we've got to respond, right? And all of us have been responding for the last several months. How do we keep our employees safe? How do we make sure and maintain continuity of operations? How do we move to a virtual environment where we can maintain that continuity? And we've all been active in the respond phase. And many of us are now in some forms of recover. Now we move back and forth between recover and respond, and we have to be agile in that too. But recovery is all about how do we get back to some form of normal? How do we make sure that our supply chains and our logistics and our people can come back in a way that continues to be safe and productive? And how do we respond to our clients' challenges of responding in that new world? And then we're going to thrive. There's no doubt about it. It's just a matter of time on creating that new normal, figuring out how we're going to work together, and what are we going to create for all of us to thrive in this new environment. And that is all a work in progress as we, as resilient leaders, come together to meet that challenge. And so I want to talk about two quick examples of things we're doing to be resilient as well as to work in the ecosystem. The first is Hillwood. Actually, it's right there in the backyards of Texas, out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, where we've brought together the city of Fort Worth, Alliance Texas, who's a large real estate developer, a set of startups and corporations to talk and to experiment with the future of mobility. Alliance Texas is a unique environment of over 26,000 acres of land that's very mixed use. Residential, industrial, as well as has an airport, a railway system, and a north-south highway. So it is really a great ecosystem to test new future of mobility capabilities, whether that's autonomous vehicles, whether it's drones, whether it's creative supply chain mechanisms, whether it's data analytics across that supply chain. And we really created this innovation zone together with government, with private organizations, with startups to actually test solutions and get them out to market faster to scale. Another one to talk about is actually with academia and with Wichita State University. And with Wichita State, we've actually put together an ecosystem focused around Industry 4.0, or the future of manufacturing and smart factories, and really creating a group of folks that bring together technologies like cloud platforms or 5G connectivity with industrial supply chains and industrial machinery to talk about how do we move those brownfield manufactured organizations into true greenfield automated environments that can respond more agilely to changing environments like we're in today, right? We've all experienced our lack of toilet paper. And so we need to figure out how do we make sure we have better demand signals, we can adapt quicker to change, and we can get things to the right place at the right time. So we're really working together to come up with solutions that include AR and VR. It includes things like IoT as well as automation. And we're really looking forward to continuing to bring those to market together with all of you. Now, I'm really excited about the next 4 days, and particularly about the next segment with General Murray and Andy Jassy as they talk about cloud and defense and the continued push on innovation in our marketplace. So my ask for the next few days is to continue to remain open-minded, continue to think about how we actually take the things we hear today into market with us, continue to think about how we're going to just experiment and try something new. Because that's what innovation is about. It's all about trying, it's all about failing, and it's all about coming back and doing it again better, differently, and with more success each time we try. So thanks again for being a part of our sessions over the next week. I look forward to the conversation.